Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Johna. Most of y'all may know me as the co-founder of Real to Real, but today I'm going to cook for y'all and show y'all some of my recipes that I grew up making and some of the recipes that my friends love when I make for them. And so without further ado, I want to first show y'all some of the ingredients that I'm going to start off with, and then after that I'm going to get into the process of how everything goes. And at the end, we're going to have Latrice. She's the one on the camera. We're going to have her taste the food with me and get our honest reactions about how the food tastes, and we're going to edit this video, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. So you get to see me in a different element, and so I want y'all to come to the kitchen with me, you feel me? And first thing first, you know, you feel me, you gotta have your cooking grease. Me being me, I use a certain amount. I don't use measuring cups because that's not how I grew up cooking. I just cook with my heart. So I got my cooking grease right here. I got my string beans. I'm making fresh string beans as a vegetable for the side because you gotta have something green or some kind of vegetable. This pot right here is for my potatoes. I'm gonna be making homemade mashed potatoes. I'm putting them in this pot right here and boil them. And then you got your flour. In this bowl, you got your chicken wings. I'll be making fried chicken wings. And so we're gonna have fried chicken wings, string beans, and homemade mashed potatoes. Now, normally I use other seasonings when I'm making chicken, but today I'm going to use my regular traditional seasonings. And traditional seasonings are garlic salt. I use Lawry's. You got your black pepper that I got from Costco's, and then you have your Lawry's seasoning salt. These are called your traditional spices because with these three spices you can never go wrong. And so these are what I'm going to season the chicken with. But I got a special ingredient that I use on my chicken, and it's mustard. So my brother growing up, he had made some mustard fried chicken, and it was really crispy, and I remember loving it. And so once I started cooking and making chicken, not every time, but for the most part, I use mustard a lot of the times, and it really brings a different taste and texture to the chicken when you're cooking it. And you guys to see later what I'm talking about. It kind of gives it a breadcrumb type of taste without the breadcrumbs. And so without further ado, I'm gonna pause the video. One more ingredient. As y'all can see, I have an onion sitting on the cabinet. This onion is because at the end, when I'm finished, I'm going to make some homemade gravy that my mom taught me how to make. It's my mom's secret special recipe, and I'm going to show it to you guys today. So when you're at home and you want to make some homemade gravy from scratch, you can go to this recipe, remember how I made it, and hopefully it works out perfect for you. So without further ado, we're going to get ready to start cooking. And then after this phase, I'm going to chop the potatoes up, put them in a pot, and put some water in there. After we get that done, we're going to move on into season the chicken and flouring it up, turning that grease on so it can get hot and get the chicken going. And so right now, without further ado, I'm going to show you how to peel a potato with a knife. First thing I need to do is grab a bag. First thing we're going to do is peel the potatoes, right? So growing up, we didn't have potato peelers. What we had was a knife. And so what I'm going to teach you is how to peel a potato with a knife, and we're going to get through with this really quick. This is where I'm going to drop the potato peelings at. And so my big mama taught me, rest in peace to my big mama, but I used to always ask her to make me french fries because french fries is one of my favorite food. Anybody that knows me knows I love french fries. And so she would peel them for me, handmade peel potatoes with a knife. That's love. And so I asked her, how do you do that? It looks like magic. And so she told me, you control the knife and you have the potato and you can guide the knife wherever you want it to go and peel the potato. And so without further ado, I'm going to start this process. Faster than a potato peeler, and there you have a freshly peeled potato. I might go through little and like pick off some of the spots or anything because I'm very bougie, but as you see, a very freshly clean potato. I'm gonna do this with the rest of all of the potatoes. For now, I'm gonna sit this potato in the pot until I be able to rinse it off, and I'm gonna come back to y'all with that. This is what you get. Hand peeled potatoes. And so now I'm going to chop these up and I'm going to throw them back in the pot, rinse them off and get that going. Then we're going to work on the chicken. I'll be right back. So So you want to make sure that you rinse the potatoes to wash off all the starch and stickiness. And you're going to wash your potatoes again, because after you cut them, all that starch and stuff come up again. And so right now, I'm going to just sit the chicken to the side for right now. I'm going to push that flour back. We're going to chop some potatoes real quick. So, my big mama taught me, like, you know, many different ways to cut them, but I'm going to go with the easiest way. You cut it into 4. You cut the potato in half, cut it like that, cut it like that, boom. Perfectly cut potatoes. Again, half, half, and sometimes if the potato a little bigger, you can like split that in half again. You got 3 pieces, you know what I mean? But we're going to cut that in half. You got your 2 halves of potatoes. Again. There you go, you got your chopped potatoes, right? After you chop them, you go back to the sink and you rinse them again. I'm going to show you why you rinse them again. I'm going to let you see the water. So, you see the fogginess in the water? That's because the potatoes had starch on them still, because I cut them. So once I cut them, they got starchy again. You see, rinse them off. Fresh new potatoes. When you put your water in now, it should be clear. You should see no fogginess in it. That's how your water should look when you get ready to boil potatoes. You don't want to have no fogginess in it. You can, but me personally, I like to make sure my food is thoroughly clean, and so I always rinse my potatoes again. So we're going to just throw those on the stove and have those sitting there for right now. I'm going to turn the grease on for right now to get that grease started, get it heated up. So while the grease is heating, I'm going to start seasoning my chicken. Get to the part of the seasoning of the chicken. Always have you a mimosa when you drink it. I mean when you cooking. Ain't nothing like wine and cooking. And some good music. We go get to seasoning the chicken. This is my favorite part because growing up, my big mama's favorite food was chicken. I lived with my mama and I lived with my big mama. Her favorite food was chicken, so I made fried chicken all the time. And so I really love cooking fried chicken. That's just my specialty. It's something that I've mastered. Again, I don't use a measuring cup. My mom taught me, shout out to my mama, it's all in the risk. So, you know how much to put. Because it's not a lot of chicken, I'm not going to put a lot of seasoning because I don't want to over season the chicken. But as you see how my risk was moving, it's all in the risk. So we put our garlic salt. The next seasoning we're going to put is black pepper. Let's see. Open it on that side. We gonna put some black pepper. Remember, it's in the wrist. Watch my wrist. You know, like you want to be very gentle with your wrist. You don't want to be like this, being all rough. You know, you want to do it with love. Make sure you do it with love. Next ingredient we're gonna put is seasoning salt. So, again, because we're not using a lot of chicken, I'm not gonna use a lot of seasoning. I'm gonna use just enough. And my stepbrother reminded me today that common sense isn't so common for everybody. So I just want to say, when you're making this chicken, when you season it, you know about how much to put by looking at it, and you can tell by how many pieces of chicken you got. If I was making a chicken thighs, I would use a little bit more because it's a lot more meat, but because these are wings, I don't need that much seasoning. So we're gonna add some seasoning salt. Boom. This is a 14 pieces of chicken wings. So me and my friend go each have 7 pieces. I did it like that just so it could be easier to like cook and like, you know, I could have made the whole bag of party wings, but I decided to just split it between us. Now I'm gonna add the mustard. Sorry it oozed out a little bit, but like I said again, because it's not a lot of chicken, I'm not going to use a lot of mustard. You use a lot, like that's just enough. And the good thing about it, I know y'all probably at home like, ugh, mustard, ain't you gonna taste it? No, you don't even taste the mustard at all when you eat in the chicken. You just taste the seasoning and you taste the flour. Boom. Now, I see a lot of people making videos, making fried chicken, and they like dip it in egg and do all this extra stuff, and they season the flour. That's not what we're gonna do here today. In my household, we ain't do all that. We literally seasoned the chicken, did that, and then we dip it in the flour, plain. You can see, no seasoning in this flour. This flour is plain. You don't need none of that extra stuff, and I promise you, when you see how good this chicken look when it comes out, you're gonna be like, wow, I don't need breadcrumbs to make it look like that? No, you don't. And Johna is gonna teach you how not to use breadcrumbs. Back in the days, I remember they used to say when slavery was happening, they would be like, black people were the last people to eat, but really the cook always eat first because the cook has to taste the food to make sure that it tastes good. So we always ate first, even when they thought we ate last. I say that to say this. When I'm seasoning my chicken, no, you won't get sick. No, you won't die from tasting the seasoning and seeing how it tastes. I always lick one of my fingers because it has the seasoning on it, just to see if I got enough seasoning and enough mix of everything in it. If it tastes good, then I'm good, and I put my chicken in the flour and I season it. So I do this. Tastes good. Tastes flavorful. Tastes seasoned. You don't need a lot. It's not enough that you lick it to get sick. You literally just lick your finger and then you wash it. Of course, you don't want to be touching chicken with licked fingers. So you wash your hands. Actually, I test my grease in many different ways, but when water hit hot grease, it starts to pop. So that grease is ready for some fried chicken. Our next step that we're gonna do, we're gonna turn that down just a little bit. We're gonna put our chicken into our flour. I know y'all like, that's a lot of chicken. Is it gonna all be flour? Yes, it is. Watch this. See that? It don't look like it's gonna be good, but the chicken gonna be very seasoned. Watch this. My chicken's so good. Whenever my family come out here, they always be like, Johna, you making chicken? See that? That's a whole empty spot right there. And that's how you fit 14 pieces of chicken in a pot.
Are you worried about it cooking evenly?
Yes, it will not. It's gonna cook evenly all the way across, and once we take it out, you will see what I'm talking about. Right now, we're gonna let it sizzle and let it cook, and then when it's time to flip it over, I'm gonna come back and show y'all what it's like when I flip it over. But right now, we're gonna get over to the string beans. I'm gonna wash my hands, get the flour off my hands, and we're gonna go to the string beans and the potatoes. We're gonna start putting some butter and stuff into that and getting that ready. We got your butter. Put your butter in there. I'm gonna go put 2 slices right now. And I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic sauce. And now this is one thing that I'm going to use a measuring cup for. So I got my 1 cup measuring cup. I'm gonna put exactly 1 cup of water in there. So right here what you have is one of my pans lined with napkins. So I'm going to put the chicken in there and the napkin can catch the grease, and we're going to let that sit and cool while we work on the potatoes and the string beans. Now that's how you make fried chicken. You hear me? Alright, I don't have a masher, so I decided that I'm going to mash my mashed potatoes with this, and then I'm going to mix it with my spoon. So, you got your butter, you got your seasoning, and then you're going to add some milk. And this was the only thing we used growing up, unless it was a holiday and we'll add some special ingredients, but for the most part, this is all you need. We're going to add our milk in there. We're going to mash it. So I'm gonna let you taste it. Let's get your reaction really quick. These potatoes.
Wait, I don't want to just...
I'm gonna wash this spoon, so we ain't gonna use it no more. But now I love cooking. I'm gonna rinse off my onion really quick before I chop it. So I'm gonna chop it real finely because I don't really like onions, so I'm gonna try to chop this as nice, like as small as I possibly can. Ooh, have you ever dated somebody like this, like an onion? They got like 12 layers before you can actually get to know who they really are, or get to really know them. And then you start crying once you get to the core of who they are. You be crying and shit because you find out they had a hard life, like a fucking onion. When you start peeling this shit, you start crying, you know? And so I know a couple of people like that are like onions. I think I'm an onion myself in some ways. Or as some people would say, an artichoke, because they got a heart to it. A lot of layers before you get to the heart. But yeah, I really love cooking with onions. I just don't like to eat them. So yeah. And mindful, I might not even use all of these onions. I'm just chopping it because, yeah. I'm not a chef or nothing like that, you know, so I don't know all the technical. This is just survival of the fittest cooking right here. So you cook with what you have, you cook with what you got. You ain't gotta be all fancy or none of that, you know what I mean? And besides, most of these onions gonna be cooked down. So we're about to get this gravy started. First thing first, you need to have some oil. I'm gonna use the oil that we fried the chicken in because it's gonna have that chicken flavor. You wanna make sure the bottom of your pan is filled with oil. The only reason why I did 3 because I couldn't fill it up, so 3 of them is about 1/3 of a cup. As you can see, the bottom of the pan is covered in oil. You're going to throw your onions in there. These are the onions we chopped earlier that I showed you guys. We're going to go ahead and throw this into the grease. Once this hits the grease is going to start to heat up on its own. As you can see, the onions are starting to sizzle. Now, this is why you have the seasoning. The seasoning is going to be the flavor that adds to the gravy. You want to add the seasoning while the onions is cooking so that those onions get flavored and the grease and all that get flavor also. Although it got flavor from the chicken, the seasoning is going to add more flavor to it. And we're going to get this homemade gravy going. We had to switch over to the phone, guys, so the footage may look a little different on the video. We had to switch over to my iPhone because the camera died on this. Show them the dead camera real quick. The camera died, so we're using the iPhone. But we're going to let those onions brown. The reason why I did not throw this flour out is because I'm going to also use the flour that I used for the chicken. It's that seasoning up in there, that chicken up in the flour. But you need the flour to give it that thickness that the gravy has. So as this is cooking, when it gets as brown as you want it, so as brown as this is, it's as dark as your gravy will be, right? So as them onions brown and continue to cook, as y'all can see, we're gonna add flour, right? You're gonna stir that flour in. Y'all see that difference, like that little different look right there? That's the flour cooking into the grease. I'm just gonna add just a little bit more because I want it to be a little thick, not too watery. All right. I always try to make sure I cook that flour down so it don't be lumpy. Now this right here is the hard part. This is the part that I had to master. This is when you add the water. So I'm gonna use plain water because I didn't like make any baked meat or anything like that. So I'm gonna just use plain water to add to this because also the flavor from the grease and the onions is gonna give it to it. So this is the hard part. As I pour the water, the gravy is gonna start to form. So, look at that. You see the gravy thickening out? The more you cook it, the thicker it gets. So the thickness is based off of you. So I'm going to turn that off because it's thick enough for me now. You know, it's like a lot thicker than it was before. But there you go. You have your homemade gravy. And now I'm about to plate the food, and we're going to start to eat. I'm gonna give you that one because I know you like white meat a little better. We're gonna place these homemade mashed potatoes. Look at that melted butter right there. You want more mashed potatoes or?
Which one mine? No, I'm good.
I love potatoes. Then we gonna place
I
our
want a lot of
string beans.
string beans.
I just always double wash.
It's COVID-19. You can't be too safe.
For real. Place those string beans. I know you say you want a lot because I don't really eat. I do, but I don't. Oh, look at this. Alright, so here we have our final product and we are about to eat. We waited long enough, so we're gonna dive in and see what
We're gonna say our grace first.
Oh yeah, we're gonna say our grace
Because
first.
you always want to bless your food.
But I've been starving, so I'm ready to eat. We're gonna say our prayers. What we gonna say? You wanna say it? We're gonna let her say it.
Okay. I'm gonna lead us in prayer. Okay, God, we thank you for this food to nurture our body. We're eating to nourish ourselves and to give energy to our temple, and we're never unappreciative of that. Thank you.
Amen. Let's dive in and let's see what this food tastes like. We got the griznai. We got the griznai on the mashed potatoes.
Okay. I like it.
Oh my god. This gravy is oh my god. I'm not even over exaggerating. This shit is really good. And I hate to comment on my own food because I don't want to sound narcissistic, but
no, it's bomb. I like how creamy the potatoes is because I really don't like chunky mashed potatoes. Like, I don't. I have this thing with texture when I eat, so I like the creaminess. I like the texture.
This chicken? So how do you eat your chicken? Do you eat your chicken to the bone? Or
I need hot sauce. It's good without the hot sauce, but I'm black, so I'm gonna go grab some.
Do you eat your chicken to the bone? Or do you have stuff
I suck on the bone. My grandma used to eat the bone marrow. That's how real it was.
Listen. And so, this is really good. And I did a good job. You wanna know why? Because I made it with love.
And I want to tell y'all how important the mustard is, because Johna's cooked for me before and I tried to go replicate what she did, and I was like, why ain't I getting that flakiness? Like, and I had no idea, and then she just shared the secret.
Mustard.
So I gotta go try it again.
Look how crispy that chicken is.
Cooking with Nate.
No breadcrumb. That's how you do it.
You from the South?
The hood.
Well, where your people from?
Yeah, the South. My mama, my grandpa, and Texas.
Mississippi, Texas. Okay. She got that Southern deep fry. That's what it is.
My grandpa, my mama was raised in the two-parent household, so my grandpa taught her how to make the homemade gravy and
I love fried chicken. This shit's on fire.
oxtails and stuff
Ooh,
like
can
that.
I curse? I curse. My bad.
I don't really eat my sauce like that, so.
You don't?
I'm probably still here. Nobody else out there sauce would have been
You
gone.
gotta cut that part out.
What?
I just do it on myself.
No, that's perfect. Food's so good.
No, it's really that good though.
Make you want to slap your mama in this point. So we just want to come back and say thank y'all for tuning in and watching with us. I'm really trying to get my subscribers up, so make sure y'all subscribe on the link below. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Show us love. We're going to have more content coming to y'all. Dialogue, conversations, music videos, a lot of different things. And so just stay tuned and really support us. Motivation. And so, yeah. I'm Johna, and
I'm Latrice Marie.
And this is Dinner Time with Nate. Thank you for watching.
I was Cooking with Nate.
Okay, yeah.
We gonna figure out the name.
That's what it is. Cooking with Nate. This is actually good for the video. So
Cooking with Nate on the way.
You feel me? So
stay tuned.
Real soon.
This chicken really fire, y'all.
All right, so we out of here. Peace.